David, it sounds obvious, but really how much of a difference does it make coming into work this week off the back of such a big win?
It just, listen, it makes a difference. You feel the difference, but you can't put your finger on what it looks like or what it is, because ultimately we live in an industry where your emotions are guided by being successful. And again, from a club perspective over the recent past, we've been successful. From a personal perspective, like I say, I never say you get used to winning, but it's certainly a lot better than not winning. That's for sure. So when it does happen, like I say, you have to enjoy it. You have to embrace it. You have to move on quickly, and you can't wait for the next game to come around. So training's been, like I say, been great. We've had the opportunity to, I suppose, recharge batteries where necessary, but in a good space, and look forward to another tough game at the weekend, but a great place to go and play.
You spoke last week of how we're still evolving, if you like, in terms of style of play. You must be encouraged by that partnership that's starting to develop up front between Tanto and Louis, which was epitomised by that first goal last Saturday.
Yeah, we are different than what we were. I spoke after the game on Saturday. We've gone from, I suppose, being very structured, organised in terms of our press and our patterns that we look to work on in possession, to being pretty random at times in terms of the personnel, especially when you have obviously Tanto and Louis, but you also have Pauli and Sauce and Will, who have licence to go and affect the game in possession. That then puts pressure on the ones who are, I suppose, doing the organisation and what we call rest defence out of possession, to make sure in transitions we're not open. But we have pace, we have exciting players, we have quality and ability in them tough areas of the pitch. And obviously when you can back that up with goals and goal involvement, which all of them have to a certain degree over the course of the start of the season, then it becomes really exciting and gives us a different way of going about things, and that will only improve over time as understanding gets greater and greater.
News of a departure in your coaching staff this week. Jake's obviously left to join his dad up at Carlisle. You've had a lot of success together, obviously at Fylde, Hartlepool, and of course here. How much of a miss will he be?
That'll be a massive miss, because he's very good at what he does. And again, you go, when I first came to the club, and when I went to the last club, really, I was keen to get him in, because I put a lot of emphasis on the loading part of things and working with good people. Got a great relationship with Jake and completely understood why he's made the decision he's had to make. I mean, we've all been there, and sometimes things are bigger than your job and bigger than your career. He's just had a newly born baby not too long ago. Opportunity arose in the summer for him to go back up home, if you like. And like I say, I'd be speaking out of turn if I said that I didn't understand it, because I've had to do it myself at times. So completely get that. He gets now time to watch Lottie grow up, who is now probably 9 months or so. Spend time with the family, and especially when it's your first child. They're memories that you'll never get back. So he's been, like I say, he's been brilliant. I hope we get the opportunity to work with him again. I'm sure we potentially will. He goes up there, gets to work with his dad, and look to enjoy football as well as life and what that family brings. But he's been, like I say, he's been amazing with me. Got a really good relationship with him. It would be, and I see some things, it would be really easy to say at the moment around the injuries and stuff that we've got at the moment that there's a contributing factor. There's absolutely not. Every single person within this building would have loved him to stay and be part of what we're doing. That's not the case, but like I said, we go on really good terms. He was thoroughly professional in what he's done between the start of the season and now to serve his notice period to allow us to get a replacement in, which hopefully will be announced in not too distant future, and we all move on in, like I say, in a really good place.
You mentioned the injuries there. Obviously, 10 players unavailable last week. Had to name 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Ibby and Joel obviously back from international duty this week. Paddy presumably okay to be involved as well. Will any of the others be available that have been missing through injury?
This is a unique situation. I've never ever seen anything like this. And like I said, the last weekend probably summed up where we're at. It's just like we lost Ryan Rydell on the Friday. Obviously, Paddy then had to rush back Friday night. We had Ibby away on international duty. There's an earthquake where he's staying and losses of lives, which was horrific. So to get the result that we did was amazing in that adversity. You then, I suppose, are treated Monday morning by Ryan going for a scan and getting the results of them scan, and he's ruptured his cruciate ligament. So that's him done for the season. And we've got 6 serious knee injury problems from totally innocuous circumstances, and it's spooky, and probably gets even more spooky when you think that Ollie Crankshaw left the club a week ago, or just over a week ago, a couple of weeks back, and in his second game for Altrincham, he's again done his cruciate ligament on Saturday. It's just a freaky situation that I've never seen anything like it. Never been involved in it certainly, but never seen anything like it in terms of footballing career. And we'll quite openly look into lots and lots of different things, but there isn't anything that says we could have done anything to prevent these. These are, like I say, unique situations, and we're on the back of some really bad luck in terms of our group, but ultimately on the back of also having to deal and cope with the disappointment that individuals have put on them, and a lot of them young players. So that's the most important thing at the minute. The ones that we've got, like I say, we've got 2 cruciates. Stret's had his operation done. We've got a long road back, and now we've got Ryan the same. So we support them in everything that they do. And like I said, I've said in a few previous interviews that they've got the perfect role model in this building, because what's in terms of how he's been injured has been unbelievable. And I say I've seen lots of things in football. He's the best I've ever seen in terms of how he's dealt with what he's had to go through, and he'll come back. He'll come back the same player in terms of what he gives us, but he's a different person physically in terms of where he's at and the work he's put in. Well, them two have got to get their heads round as young players that he's a great sort of case study, if you like, for them to look at and make sure that when they get, in Ryan's case, when he gets his operation done, when that long 9 months ahead of him has passed, that he can look back and say, I've done everything right and I come back stronger. Because you don't get opportunities in football when you're playing 50, 60 games a season to work on different things, whether that's stuff mentally, whether that's stuff physically in the gym, and real overload in terms of what you're doing. He now, again, disappointingly has an opportunity to do that, so he's got to make sure that he takes advantage of that opportunity, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that when he's back a better version of himself.
Yeah, obviously devastating news about Ryan. From your point of view, I guess it leaves you a little bit light on the left-hand side, particularly with Ibby's international commitments coming up. You do still have the option to sign free agents. Is that something that you're looking into?
We'll look at all potential opportunities that we have. Like you say, there's a further situation down the line around AFCON with Ibby in January, and what that looks like when the window's back open. So that opens things up. I suppose we have the positive news that Miles is back out on the grass and he's not too far away. We've brought Odin in as a left side who gives us that balance. We've got Noilly, who we thought was more serious than he was, who again will hopefully be back sooner than was expected. So we just need to, I suppose, be a little bit reactive. We're certainly not going to jump into something that doesn't improve us, and if we have to adapt what we do over the coming weeks in terms of our shape, in terms of personnel that we play in certain areas, then then so be it. But if the opportunity comes up to sign someone that will improve us and make us stronger and give us more cupboard depth or options down that side, then we'll absolutely look at everything. But like I say, I think this group has enough, and certainly from a management perspective, we have enough options to be able to be confident that we can go and put a strong team out and win football matches. We might look at things and we might be, the way things go, we might be one injury away from being pretty short, but at the moment we'll look at things and I suppose see what's out there for us and make decisions as a collective as we go along.
Just finally on MK Dons, I guess at the start of last season they were probably targeting getting out of League One at the other end of the table. Obviously things didn't quite pan out that way, but under Graham Alexander, are they a side that you expect to be up there challenging this season? Yeah,
listen, they're a side that, like I say, when teams, I suppose, come down from the division above, there can be different things have happened around on the pitch, off the pitch, got into a habit of losing foot matches and all that. They probably don't tick any of those boxes really. Like I say, well run club, big club in terms of infrastructure and stadium and things that they've got, the ability and the desire to want to improve and kick on. Had a change, like I say, in terms of management, brought Grezza in, who knows the league and gets teams playing and has had success in doing that. So we know it'll be tough. It's a great place to go and play football because of what the stadium is and things like that. But I expect that they will be up there challenging. They've obviously been quite open around trying to strengthen their squad and have investment to strengthen them and give them more options. And we know that we'll be tested going there, but we go there on the back of a good away win and looking to back that up and come home with another 3 points.
Good luck, Dave. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.